Hey guys, Credit Shuffle here, and today we're looking at how to guarantee that you always pay your credit card bill on time. I am of course talking about things like auto pay and account alerts to help you avoid late payments and obviously avoiding those late payment charges, which can be up to about $35 per time if you have a late payment. So let's have a look. Okay guys, so we're here in my American Express account on their website. This is for my Hilton Honors card. You can see up top right, I've also got a couple of other cards, the SPG and the Platinum, which I actually just authorized user on. Let's go and have a look at payments first of all. We'll look at how to set up auto pay just so that you can make sure you always pay at least your minimum payment, okay? Obviously you have to blur out quite a lot of information on here. So manage auto pay is where you want to go to. After you've clicked payments, you go to manage auto pay, and you can see that I have set up auto pay to pay the minimum payment. So that will be, you know, like 30 bucks or something, or 35 bucks. 15 days after statement closing date. Now, I always pay my credit card reasonably early and pay more than the minimum payment, so this auto pay thing has actually never kicked in. But, you know, I'll just show the options. So edit auto pay. It could be life-saving though, you know, it could help you avoid a $35 fee if, say, you were out of the country on that date and you kind of forgot about it. So here we have a look how you can schedule auto pay. You can either pay the minimum payment, which is what I do. You can pay your total balance, okay, of, you know, what you owe, like for the previous month, not with that month spending added on, but basically the statement balance that you owe, or a fixed amount. You could just enter your amount, say, oh, I want to pay, you know, $500 minimum payment, $500 payment every month, and it'll pay that. And you input your bank details, and that will automatically pay your credit card. I basically recommend to everyone just set this at the minimum payment so that you will never pay minimum payment fees. Obviously, if you don't pay the full amount, you'll still pay some interest, but interest is way less than a minimum payment fee, which can be like a one-off fee of like 30 bucks, 35 bucks. So okay, I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so we've got out of that. We're back at the home page. Now I'm going to go up to here, Account Services, click in on there, and I'm going to go to Alerts and Communications and Privacy, click into there, and I'm going to click Account Alerts. And it now brings up this big jumbo-sized account alerts screen, and we're going to just have a look at some of the alerts that I've got set up, which can guarantee that I never miss a payment. So these are the statement alerts, and you can have payment received alert, which is you know, just they'll send you an email or send you a text. You can click that you want a text if you want. When they receive your payment, gives you peace of mind that they have actually received it and you're not going to owe money. Then we've got payment reminder. This is very, very useful. I have this set up. They send me a reminder 5 days before my due date. So if I still owe outstanding balance on the card, they'll send me an email reminder. And you can choose different, you know, it can be 10 days before, or it could be up to as low as 3 days before. I'll set it at 5. And actually, probably I'd still like to have a text of that as well. That would definitely be useful. So I'm going to click text. And then also, if you're one of those people who always pays reasonably early, you can have a reminder when your statement is ready. So, you know, when your statement is ready, you can receive a text. And it can include the amount that you owe. You can decide yes or no on that. You can have a look at a little example here. This is what you would receive if you received an email, statement balance, minimum payment, etc. This is what you'd receive, a text message saying your statement is ready. That's how it would look with a text message. Very, very useful. So I recommend for everyone to have all of these three, or at least the bottom two, but the top one just gives you extra peace of mind that they have actually received your payment. So I would recommend all of these three to be ticked. Now let's have a look at the second category. We'll close this one and we look at spending alerts. And this is really useful for some people. For me, I don't really use many of these ones, but a lot of other people do. So approaching limit, I would say, is the most useful out of this, and that's especially useful if you've got a low limit. And so if we edit that, you can choose when you're a card, when that you're going to receive this notification. So when card balance reaches whatever. For mine, it says maximum 10,000, and that's because my Hilton Honors card, which is what we're looking at the account for, has a $10,000 limit. So I could say do this when it reaches 8,000. it would send me an email or send me a text. And you can have a look at the examples in an email. That's kind of what the example email looks like. It's a bit fuzzy. And this is what you'd receive as a text, you know, notification amount. This person wants to be notified when they've gone over 10,000 and they've gone up to 11,999. So it'll tell them what your balance is and how much credit they've got left. This person's got like $27,000 credit line, something like that. So that's just kind of an example. That's pretty useful, especially if you have a lower credit limit and you're likely to approach the limit. Or you could set that if you're trying to keep under 30% utilization. 30% of 10,000 is 3,000. So I'm going to set that 3,000. It'll tell me when I go over that 30% utilization. Keep that low to keep my credit score high. And now lastly, we got fraud alerts, and I have all of these clicked because they're really useful. So if someone makes a cash withdrawal on your card, well, actually, let's go through them in order. So this irregular activity would be something like, say, you know, I'm based in New Jersey, but say someone made a transaction with my credit card at a Walmart in, say, Iowa, right? That would be kind of weird because how did my card suddenly get from New Jersey to Iowa? Whereas if I was in New Jersey, but then a transaction is made at, say, an airport in Iowa, that's much more rational that you would, you know, if you're traveling, the first place you would get to is probably an airport. You make a transaction there, they can kind of see that you're traveling. You don't actually need to inform Amex when you're traveling. They're pretty good at sussing it out. But for irregular activity, this one can't be turned off. Then we also have card not present, which is like when you make a transaction, say, when you enter your credit card numbers online. And that's pretty useful if someone just, you know, took a photo of your credit card, like say they were standing behind you in a store and they just sort of like took a photo or, you know, memorized it with a photographic memory, and they used your numbers to make a transaction online, you'd get notified of that. Then we have cash withdrawal. That's also useful. If someone clones your card, they might have withdraw cash. Foreign transactions, obviously, if you're in another country or, you know, you're not in another country, but someone steals your card information and makes a transaction in a foreign country, you're going to get notified of that. And then large purchases, more than $500. You definitely want to know, you know, if someone had stolen your card and starts spending loads of money, you want to know that as quick as possible to put a stop to that. Obviously, you do have insurance on your card for things like this, and you're normally not liable for any spending, but it's a hassle to deal with, so it's definitely better to have these alerts. So if you get some suspicious activity, you can contact Amex straight away. So I'm going to press save on that. And you know, I've shown you this on Amex's website just because their interface is particularly clear, and you have a lot of options for things like this. But other banks like Citi, Chase, whatever, they all have similar options. So if you don't have an Amex and you have one of those cards, you can explore those possibilities too. Well, guys, I hope that helps. If you have any other ideas, please leave your comments below. Subscribe if you like this video. Give us a thumbs up. And as always, I'm the Credit Shifu. We'll see you next time.